No show sells incest as romance quite as hard as Game of Thrones. From Jaime and Cersei Lannister hooking up in episode 1, season 1, to Daenerys Targaryen and her nephew Jon Snow having gaspy, passionate boat sex in the season 7 finale, incest is practically the most consistent theme on the show. It's anyone's guess how Daenerys and Jon will react when they find out their aunt and nephew. But the more important question is, if Daenerys becomes pregnant, how genetically screwed up will their incest kids be? University of Aberdeen geneticist John Pettit, PhD, shows that Jon and Dany share between 44 to 47.5% of their DNA. That is very related. First cousins share 12.5% of their DNA, siblings and fraternal twins share 50%, and identical twins share 100%. Pettit says that a child between these two would definitely not be genetically sound. And it all goes back to the Targaryen family tree. Dany's parents were brother and sister, and their parents were also brother and sister. I think I speak for everyone when I say, ew. That makes Daenerys, mother of dragons, a whopping 37.5% inbred. That means a third of her genome is identical on both chromosomes. That's significantly more inbred than real-life Charles II of Spain, probably the most famous case of incest. His lack of a diverse genome led to the propagation of genetic diseases, resulting in serious physical, intellectual, and emotional disabilities. With an inbreeding coefficient of 25.4%, the dude could barely chew, and he was 12% less inbred than Dany. Luckily, since Jon Snow is half Stark, his offspring would be less inbred than the traditional Targaryen baby. His offspring with Dany would have an inbreeding coefficient of 22%, which is not great. But since Dany seems like a strong, capable queen who can chew, maybe the scientific rules of incest don't operate the same way in Westeros as they do on Earth, which is great because I would much rather see this than this.